Most people think that to get real health benefits from exercise, you need to sweat, strain, and push yourself for at least an hour. But after 60, the real story is that one of the most powerful tools for your health is something far simpler, gentler, and shorter: a daily 15-minute walk. This isn't just about getting some fresh air. This simple habit directly affects how steady you feel on your feet, how well you sleep at night, and your ability to manage long-term conditions like high blood pressure or diabetes. It's about protecting your independence, one comfortable step at a time. In this video, we're going to break down the 5 most surprising and scientifically backed benefits of a short daily walk. We'll explore exactly how it works inside your body, from your bones to your brain. And stay with me to the very end, because our number one benefit is the one most people completely overlook. And I'll also share a simple 20-second balance check you can do right at home to track your progress. There will be no scare tactics here, just clear, practical information about what large studies suggest can help you feel stronger and more confident in your daily life, and when it's a good idea to chat with your doctor. It's wonderful to have you here. If you find this kind of clear, no-nonsense health information helpful, take a moment to subscribe. We're building a community of folks who believe in aging well, and we'd be so glad to have you with us. All right, let's get into the 5 surprising ways a simple 15-minute walk can transform your health. We're going to count them down from 5 to 1. Coming in at number 5, a brighter mood and a sharper mind. We've all felt it, that sense of mental fog in the afternoon, or a day when our spirits just feel a little low for no particular reason. It's a common experience, but it's not something you just have to accept. A short walk can be one of the most reliable ways to lift that fog. Here's the simple mechanism at play. When you start walking, your body releases chemicals called endorphins. You might have heard them called runner's high, but you don't need to run a marathon to benefit. A brisk walk is enough to trigger their release. Think of endorphins as your body's natural mood lifters. They interact with receptors in your brain that reduce your perception of pain and trigger a positive feeling in the body, similar to that of morphine, but completely natural and safe. At the same time, walking increases blood flow not just to your muscles, but to your brain. Your brain is an incredibly hungry organ. It uses about 20% of your body's oxygen and calories. That increased circulation delivers a fresh supply of oxygen and nutrients, which helps your brain cells function more efficiently. Over the long term, studies suggest this enhanced blood flow can help maintain brain volume and improve memory and cognitive function. It's like providing better fuel for your body's command center. Imagine it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You've had lunch, maybe read the paper, and now you're feeling a bit sluggish. The television seems uninspiring, and your get up and go has gotten up and gone. This is the perfect moment for a 15-minute walk. You don't need to change into special workout clothes. Just put on some comfortable shoes and head out the door. A couple of practical tips to make it even more effective: try a post-meal walk. Walking for 15 minutes after lunch can not only aid digestion, which we'll talk about later, but also prevent that classic afternoon energy dip. And consider what you listen to. Some people love the quiet sounds of nature, but a podcast, an audiobook, or some of your favorite music from years gone by can turn your walk from a task into a treat. The goal is to make it something you look forward to. If you live in an area where walking outside isn't always safe or comfortable, a walk around a well-lit indoor mall, or even marching in place at home while watching a show can provide many of the same benefits. The key is consistency. A short walk every day is far more powerful for your mood and mind than one long, exhausting walk once a week. Now for number 4, stronger bones and steadier joints. One of the biggest concerns as we get older is the fear of falling. A fall can lead to a fracture, and a fracture can seriously impact our independence. So, how do we protect ourselves? We often hear about calcium and vitamin D, which are crucial. But the missing piece of the puzzle for many is gentle, weight-bearing exercise. And walking is the perfect example. Let's look at the simple science. Your bones are living tissue, constantly remodeling themselves. When you walk, the impact of your feet on the ground sends a tiny, healthy stress signal up through your legs and spine. This signal tells your bone-building cells, called osteoblasts, to get to work. They start laying down new, dense bone tissue to reinforce the structure. It's a classic case of use it or lose it. Without that regular signal from weight-bearing activity, the body can start to reabsorb bone tissue, leading to conditions like osteoporosis. But what about our joints? Many people worry that walking might wear out their knees or hips, especially if they already have a bit of arthritis. Here, we need to address a common myth: the idea that our joints are like car tires that simply wear out with use. In reality, your joints are designed for movement. Inside each joint is a substance called synovial fluid. Think of it as the body's own lubricating oil. When you move, you encourage the circulation of this fluid, which delivers nutrients to the cartilage and keeps it healthy. Gentle walking, without pounding or jarring, is one of the best ways to keep this system working smoothly. It can actually reduce joint pain and stiffness, not increase it. The scenario is a familiar one. You wake up in the morning and feel stiff. Your knees creak a little as you get out of bed. The thought of a long walk feels daunting. But a short, 15-minute stroll can be the very thing that helps lubricate those joints and ease that stiffness. Here are a few practical steps to make your walk bone and joint friendly. First, invest in a good pair of shoes. You don't need the most expensive running shoes, but you do need something with good arch support and cushioning to absorb impact. Second, pay attention to your posture. Walk tall, with your shoulders back and your head held high, looking ahead rather than down at your feet. This improves your balance and reduces strain on your back and hips. If you feel unsteady, don't hesitate to use a walking stick or a cane. It's not a sign of weakness. It's a smart tool for safety and confidence. And here's a crucial point. If you experience sharp, stabbing, or persistent pain during or after a walk, that's a signal to stop and consult your doctor or a physical therapist. But the general aches and stiffness of arthritis often feel better, not worse, with gentle, consistent movement. Coming in at number 3 is a big one: better blood sugar control. Whether you have been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, are considered pre-diabetic, or simply want to keep your energy levels stable throughout the day, managing your blood sugar is one of the most important things you can do for your long-term health. And a 15-minute walk, timed correctly, is an incredibly effective tool for this. The mechanism is beautifully simple. When you eat a meal, particularly one with carbohydrates, your body breaks it down into glucose or sugar, which enters your bloodstream. In response, your pancreas releases insulin, a hormone that acts like a key, unlocking your body's cells to let the glucose in for energy. In people with insulin resistance or type 2 diabetes, the locks on the cells are a bit rusty, so it takes more and more insulin to get the job done. Here's where the walk comes in. When you start walking, your muscles need energy. And they have a special trick. They can pull glucose out of your bloodstream for fuel without needing much, or sometimes any, insulin. It's like having a back door for glucose to get into the muscle cells. This immediately lowers the amount of sugar circulating in your blood after a meal. Over time, regular walks help make your cells more sensitive to insulin again. It's like oiling those rusty locks so the key works more easily. Think about how you feel about an hour after a big Sunday dinner. A little sleepy, a bit sluggish, maybe even foggy-headed. That's often the feeling of a blood sugar spike followed by a crash. A short walk can prevent that entire cycle. This leads us to our action mini plan for blood sugar management. It's 3 simple steps. Step 1. Time it right. The most powerful time to walk for blood sugar control is within 60 to 90 minutes after finishing a meal. You don't need to jump up from the table, but a 15-minute stroll before you settle on the couch can make a world of difference. Step 2. Notice the feeling. For 1 week, try this after-meal walk and just pay attention. Do you feel less tired in the afternoon? Is your head clearer? This simple self-awareness can be a powerful motivator. If you use a home glucose monitor, you can even test the difference for yourself. Check your levels before and then about 2 hours after a meal on a day you don't walk versus a day you do. The data can be very enlightening, but always do so under the guidance of your doctor. Step 3. Start small and stay consistent. If 15 minutes feels like too much to start, just do 5. Walk to the end of your street and back. The goal is to build a sustainable habit. Consistency is what retrains your body to handle sugar more efficiently. If you are on medications for diabetes, it's always wise to have a quick chat with your doctor before starting a new exercise routine, as your medication needs may change as your body becomes more efficient. But for most people, this gentle habit is one of the safest and most effective ways to support metabolic health. As we move on to number 2, if you're finding this information helpful, a quick tap on that subscribe button lets us know we're on the right track and helps others find this content. All right, our number 2 benefit, a healthier heart and better circulation. Your heart is a muscle, and just like any other muscle, it benefits from regular, gentle exercise. We're not talking about high-intensity cardio that leaves you breathless. We're talking about a consistent, moderate effort that strengthens your entire cardiovascular system over time. Here's how it works. When you walk, your heart has to beat a little faster to pump oxygen-rich blood to your working muscles. When you do this regularly, the heart muscle itself becomes stronger and more efficient. A more efficient heart doesn't have to work as hard when you're at rest. This is why regular walkers often see a gradual decrease in their resting heart rate and, very importantly, their blood pressure. Walking also helps keep your arteries flexible and healthy. Think of your blood vessels as a system of pipes. High blood pressure puts constant stress on the walls of these pipes, making them stiff and prone to damage. The moderate increase in blood flow during a walk helps improve the function of the endothelium, the inner lining of your blood vessels, allowing them to expand and contract more easily. This reduces the pressure on the entire system. Furthermore, walking improves circulation, especially to your extremities. Have you ever noticed that your hands or feet get cold easily? That can sometimes be a sign of circulation that isn't as robust as it could be. Walking encourages the growth of new, tiny blood vessels, a process called angiogenesis. It's like your body is building little detours and side roads to ensure that blood can get everywhere it needs to go, which is fantastic for overall health and healing. This brings us to an important myth to bust, the old no pain, no gain philosophy. For heart health after 60, this is not only untrue, it can be dangerous. The goal is not to push yourself to exhaustion. The perfect walking pace is what we call a conversational pace. This means you should be able to carry on a conversation with someone next to you without gasping for breath. If you can sing, you're probably going too slow. If you can't talk, you're pushing too hard. That middle ground is the sweet spot for cardiovascular benefits without undue stress on your system. Imagine this scenario. You have an appointment, and you have to park a bit further away than you'd like. Or you have to climb a flight of stairs at a friend's house. Does the thought of that make you feel a little anxious or winded? Regular 15-minute walks build your cardiac reserve so that when you do need to exert yourself a little more, your body is ready for it. It's about building confidence for everyday life. So, monitor your pace. Keep it brisk but comfortable. And remember that the biggest gains come not from one heroic, fast-paced walk, but from the cumulative effect of making it a daily, non-negotiable part of your routine. And now, we've arrived at our number one most overlooked benefit of a 15-minute walk, a boost for your digestive and immune systems. When we think of walking, we almost always think of muscles, bones, and heart. We rarely consider what it's doing for our gut and our ability to fight off illness. But the effects here are profound and can dramatically improve your daily quality of life. Let's start with digestion. Issues like constipation and bloating are incredibly common as we age. A primary reason is that the natural, muscular contractions that move food through our digestive tract, a process called peristalsis, can become a bit more sluggish. Walking provides a simple, mechanical solution. The gentle up and down motion, combined with the engagement of your core muscles, physically stimulates your intestines and encourages things to move along more regularly. It's a natural, gentle nudge to your digestive system. This is why that post-meal walk we mentioned earlier is so brilliant. It doesn't just help with blood sugar. It kickstarts the digestive process, reducing the chances of indigestion, gas, and that heavy, bloated feeling after eating. Now for the immune system. Your immune system has an army of cells, like lymphocytes, that patrol your body looking for invaders like viruses and bacteria. These cells travel through your bloodstream and lymphatic system. The lymphatic system, unlike the circulatory system, doesn't have a central pump like the heart. It relies on the contraction of your muscles to move fluid and immune cells around. When you are sedentary for long periods, this circulation can slow down. A 15-minute walk acts like a full-body pump for your lymphatic system. It gets those immune cells moving out of their barracks, like the spleen and lymph nodes, and out into the field, circulating throughout your body where they can detect and neutralize threats more effectively. Studies have shown that people who walk regularly tend to get fewer colds, and when they do get sick, their illnesses are often shorter and less severe. This is about resilience. It's about not having to worry about every little cough or sniffle you encounter when you're out running errands or visiting with your grandchildren. Now, as promised, here is the 20-second self-check you can do at home to connect this benefit to your own stability. Find a clear space near a countertop or a sturdy chair you can hold on to if needed. First, simply stand with your feet together for 10 seconds. Notice if you sway. Next, try to stand on one foot for 10 seconds, holding on for support if you need to. Then switch to the other foot. This isn't a pass/fail test. It's a baseline. As you make walking a regular habit, you're strengthening not just your leg muscles, but also the tiny stabilizer muscles and the neural pathways that are crucial for balance. Try this check once a week, and you will likely notice a real improvement in your steadiness over time. So, to bring it all together, what does this mean for you this week? The message is one of empowerment. You don't need a gym membership or fancy equipment to profoundly change your health. The power lies in consistency with a simple, enjoyable habit. This week, focus on the small win. Don't worry about the future, just aim for one 15-minute walk each day. You can listen to the birds, call a friend on your phone, or simply enjoy the quiet. Notice how you feel afterward, a little lighter, a little clearer, a little more energetic. That feeling is your body thanking you. This isn't about transforming into an athlete. It's about preserving your energy, your mobility, and your confidence to live the life you want to live. For those interested, I'll link to some plain language sources in the description below so you can read more. This is about taking back a measure of control over your health, one step at a time. It's simple, it's free, and its effects are truly remarkable. Thank you so much for investing this time in your well-being. I have a question for you. What is one thing that would make a daily walk more enjoyable for you? Perhaps a specific type of music, a particular route, or a walking buddy. Share your ideas in the comments below. You might inspire someone else in our community. If this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend who might benefit. Every share helps us reach more people who deserve clear, reliable health guidance. Until next time, be well and take good care.